Oh yeah, my name's Dean, and I've been thinking. As I've become more of a family man in my life, I've noticed less and less time I have to myself. The quiet gaming sessions after work, the late night hardcore plays, and even the long weekend attempts to finish a whole game are a thing of the past. Don't get me wrong, this is all fine. I actually appreciate gaming more now as I have limited time to do it. I just have to get creative to find my quiet time. I have to endure tired eyes and late nights just to get my fix. One rather crude time I managed to find some gaming time is, let's say, when I do my daily ablutions. I have a Game Boy Pocket sat on the shelf in the bathroom with my original copy of Tetris permanently stuck in its slot. It wasn't until the other day did I notice just how much time I was spending in there. My Tetris playing has become on point over the years. Chasing down my own high scores has become really addictive. I'd spend my quiet time in the afternoon and happily skip down the stairs feeling satisfied with my latest Tetris poop sessions. As I entered the living room, I was met simultaneously with a snarl from the wife and an excited "Daddy!" from my daughter. Just like I'd been at work all day, I confronted the Frosty Queen and instantly got shot down and put in my place. I'd spent 45 minutes in the bathroom. 45 minutes! Sitting, playing Tetris. How did this happen? I only had one game and it felt more like 10 minutes or so. I think the combination of having a tough day at work, picking my daughter up and going straight into being a family man, and 2 or maybe 3 or 4 beers in the afternoon allowed my brain to sort of turn off. The repetitive style of Tetris allowed my brain just to coast. I was operating on pure muscle memory and utilising that deep section of the brain that keeps things ticking over with no effort. It was really nice. I got my highest score that day, by quite a margin. So this got me thinking about meditative gaming, the kind of gaming that you know all so well, like an old pair of slippers, you just slide on in and melt away, forgetting everything else in your life. You are one with the game and its mechanics. Opening a discussion on the Game Over Man podcast Facebook group, that's a mouthful, brought some surprising answers. I expected like-minded opinions, citing games of the same ilk, games that allow a flow state, but what I got back was quite surprising. So let's have a look at the responses that I did get. Now, I'm going to do voices, so yeah. Dave Butterworth jumped straight on in there.
Skyrim? I could walk around that game for hours. Around 1,600 hours to be precise.
Seconded by Andy Cook.
Yes, Skyrim is a game I would jump into multiple times just to get away. Managed 1,800 hours on one save file. Oh, and Fallout New Vegas.
With Ashley Rogers adding,
Red Dead Redemption 2 these days, but I used to be Skyrim, being able to wander where I want and how long I want to with no limits. Seems like heaven these days.
And Garen Tungate off of RDGS adds,
World of Warcraft just to explore and chill out. I try not to look at how many hours I've spent in Azeroth over the last 16 years.
Honestly though, Garen, you're not relaxing, you're just addicted, mate. I think you might need to get help. 16 years on World of Warcraft. That's mental. These posts totally opened my eyes. I was thinking flow state, almost Neo from the Matrix style gaming, and didn't even think of the games that people just plain old relax to. It's the same thing, right? Turning your brain off and melting into the game's lore, not necessarily mastering a game or hypnotising the brain with repetitive gameplay, just plain old relaxation. This is an avenue I need to explore, and luckily Skyrim just became available on Xbox Game Pass. I've played Skyrim and finished it before, but I did exactly that. I mainlined it. I basically sprinted around a nice leisurely walk. This time I'm going to go in and plod around and see what happens, and I'll report back on that. after I'm matching Dave and Andy's playtime of like 1700 hours. Yeah, okay. Opposing these large-scale, super in-depth games is the mindset I was originally thinking of. I guess you could call it a more competitive style of thinking. The other responses I got kind of reflect this. Adrian Wallet of Arcade Attack Podcast piped in,
Rocket League! Perfect medicine after a stressful day at work. Love it!
with his co-host laughing at him, so I assume he's pretty crap at it. Daniel J. Mellor adds,
Stroker. Probably FIFA games. Any of them.
Yep. Mike Cleaver is a Tetris 99 boy, and Dave Clark added,
Mirror's Edge.
and also, just tagging on the end here, Thomas Alfrey, speedruns Resident Evil. How he finds that relaxing is beyond me, to be honest. I mean, yeah. I don't know how he's doing that. I'd like to see a video of that, to be honest, Thomas. All of these utilise the same flow as my toilet Tetris, pinpointing that single goal and repeating over and over to achieve perfection, absolutely honing that craft. Over the last month of writing this, my Tetris play has gone from the meditative play style to a quite tiresome affair. I'm chasing the dragon, and to be honest, the better scores I get, the harder the task. It's starting to wear me down a little, and I feel like I need a break. So much for relaxing, right? Maybe I just don't really know what I'm talking about. But it's something nice to think about as you go along with your day. Anyway, thanks for listening to my Monday Muse. Please check the Facebook group for the next topic. Speaking of the Facebook group, if you are not a member of the Game Over Man podcast Facebook group, then get yourself over there and join. It's a lovely bunch of people. They all seem very friendly. There's lots of gaming chat, there's competitions, there's speedruns. I plan on doing Monday Musings every now and again. So that's a topic you can all get into, and I'll give you a mention and a bit of a shout out and probably your own voice. Check out the podcast. If you just go to your podcast app and search for Game Over Man Podcast, I believe that will show up. Failing that, if you get onto the Two Drunk Flings podcast feed, we are hosted on there too. You've got the lads streaming. Unfortunately, I don't know their streaming handles, but you can go to the Game Over Man Podcast YouTube, and I believe... Yes, baby? A hat? What about your hat? Well, it's not on your head, is it? Where is it? Oh, I've got to go, guys. I need to find a hat. So, ta-ra!